Taylor Swift is one of the most iconic people in the world, and I literally love her so much. So today I was browsing YouTube and I came across her Lover music video. I've watched it a million times, but of course I watched it again. I was like, I should build this in The Sims 4. So that's what I'm going to be building today. I put a picture of it up there in the corner so that you can see it for reference while I'm building. I'm building in Granite Falls. I just felt like this was very fitting because the trees, it just kind of felt right. I'm just gonna kind of guess how big it is, and then we can always go back and change it if we need to. I'm just building 3 rooms on top of each other. You can see on the top there's like a small room, so I guess I'll just do this, and that should be big enough. Might be too big, I don't know. I'm gonna bring it out 1 more tile on each side. I just realized that I need to bring this in like a lot, like probably halfway, because all of the rooms are very small. Okay, that's better. Skinny Legend house. On the very top, I'm gonna add a gabled roof, bring these eaves in, and then I'm gonna grab a half gabled roof and add it right next to it. I'm also gonna bring in these eaves as well, and now I'm gonna try to connect these two so that it looks like one big piece. When I zoom in, you can see that it's like not connecting. So what I'm gonna do to fix that is hold down Alt while dragging the roof up, and then it will connect perfectly. I'll just copy this roof piece and place it over here as well. You may be wondering, why wouldn't you just place a gabled roof across the entire thing? If I did that, we wouldn't be able to see this room, which reminds me, we have to bring these roof pieces all the way back. I'm gonna hold down Shift to only drag out 1 eave, and we're just gonna drag that out all the way. I need to delete all of these front walls here, and I'm just holding down Control to delete these walls. Before I delete this wall, I'm gonna delete this flooring first, and then delete the wall. I also need to delete this. Now it's time to section off the room, so I'm gonna draw a wall here and here. And then we'll do the same thing underneath. I'm gonna start with the bottom left room, which is the green room, and I found this wallpaper and it looks pretty much the same, so I'm gonna use that one. I just realized that there's like an angled wall on each side, so let me just add that really quick. I'm gonna make it nighttime so that it's easier to see. That looks so much better. There's a fireplace here, and then there's some clutter on top of it as well as some wall decor above it. I added that vase of flowers, and then I'm gonna add some magazines, and then I'll do this above it. There's also a really big plant next to it, and this base game one came to my mind instantly. Actually, I realized that there are 2 of these plants, and there are also some sconces on the walls, so I added those. I had to make it a little bit smaller, so I dragged it in 2 tiles this way because I made it a little bit too big. There's a chair here, and then a table and a couch. So I'm gonna do this table, and then I'll do this couch from Parenthood. I'm gonna bring these in a little bit because I just realized that there's like a table behind the couch with 2 lamps on it. I guess it doesn't matter what table I use because you can't even see it anyway. There's also a picture frame with a cat in it, and the only thing remotely similar I can find is this one and this one, and I think I'm gonna do this one just because she kind of looks like Taylor Swift and there's a cat in it, so this one will just have to work. I think there's a rug in here as well. There is like a big set of drums over here, but we don't have drums in The Sims 4, so I'm gonna have to improvise with something else. I'm gonna take this light and size it down once, and I'll do like 2 of those. And I'm gonna take this ottoman from Island Living, and I'm actually gonna use the tool mod to rotate it so that the black part is facing this way, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna take this object from the Star Wars pack, and I'm gonna put it like on top of these lights, and I'm gonna use the tool mod again to rotate it. I'm trying to like angle it so that it covers up this top part, so I'm gonna elevate it just a little. I ended up adding 2 of these so that I could try to cover this up as best as I could, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing on this one as well. Next, I'm gonna add this bar stool from Cottage Living. I think I'm finally done with the green room, and now I'm gonna work on this front walkway area. I think there's like white siding here, and then there's also a red door. I'm gonna do this one from Growing Together. It is one of my favorites. Added a small roof piece, and then I'm gonna take these columns and just add them underneath. All right, moving on over to the dark blue room. I need to add 3 windows back here. In this room, there's some really pretty like paneling wallpaper. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's super pretty. There's not much in this room. It's basically just like a dining table with some chairs. This rug from Vampires looks pretty similar, and it's also gorgeous, so we're gonna go with that one. We need a blue dining table and blue dining chairs. I'm doing these from Dream Home Decorator because they look almost exactly like the ones that are in the actual Lover house. In this room, there are layered curtains, so I'm gonna do these, and then I'm gonna put these on top. For some reason, I always forget that you have the option to layer curtains, and it looks so good, so I definitely recommend doing this. It looks like there's also a mirror in here with lights on top of it, so I'm gonna do this mirror, and then I guess I'll take these sconces and size them down, put them inside of it. That looks better than I thought it it would. There's some wall art on this wall, but I can't really tell what it is. So I'm just gonna do this one that has a cat on it because it seems very fitting. Now it is time for the yellow / orange room. I can't really tell what color it is. It looks yellow, but it also looks orange, so I'll just call it the yellow orange room. They're actually sitting on the ceiling and it's kind of like upside down. Well, there's like things on the ceiling upside down, so I'm gonna have to use a tool mod again to put a few things on the ceiling. There's wood floors in here and there's also a huge archway, so I'm gonna draw a wall here. I'll probably just do 2 columns and then spandrels in between. This wallpaper looks pretty similar, so I'm gonna do that one. There's 2 big windows back here as well. The curtains in here are also layered, so I'm gonna do that same curtain layering thing that I did in the previous room. I can't really tell what's in here. It looks like counters, so I'm just gonna use these counter islands from Dream Home Decorator and I'm gonna size them down once. I'm just gonna place a bunch of them next to each other. I feel like we have a rug that looks exactly like the one they used, but I can't find it. Oh my god, here it is. It literally looks the exact same. And they have a yellow swatch. Oh my god. Perfect. There's actually not much in this room. There's basically just a lamp and like a few toys scattered around. Let's go to the kids room section and click on toys, and I'll probably just place some random stuff around this room. We'll do a little rubber ducky. It looks like there's some board games over here, so I'm gonna use this puzzle set from Growing Together. There's also a table and 2 chairs. On the ceiling there's a light, and then I'll probably just put the same puzzle set. I'll just change the swatch and then I'll rotate it using tool mod, and then I'll put it on the ceiling. -180. I'm just gonna guess how much to elevate it. I really don't know. Okay, wait, that looks like the perfect amount. Hold on. Okay, yes, that was perfect. Now I just need to move it over a little, and then maybe I'll add a couple more small toys, and then I'll be done with this room. I did this puzzle set. I put a tiny little turtle and then this flower vase. For this middle section, there's stone walls, and there's also spiral stairs, which of course we don't have. So I'm just gonna use these, and then I will rotate them. The only thing left for in here are 2 wall lights on each side. This is what I chose for the walls, and then the floors just have red carpet on them. So we'll just do this base game red carpet. On the wall, there's 2 identical wall decor pieces. So I'm gonna do this one because it's the only one I could find that looks similar. There's a really small red couch. There's also a table and a couple chairs. There's 2 lights on each side, and these look almost the same. So we're gonna do these from base game. I also added a little bar and a fireplace. Now on to the second blue room, which is very interesting because it's like a really big fishbowl. I think we have a fishbowl in the game. I hope. Oh my gosh, we do. I'm gonna size it up using the right bracket key. This looks so funny. It kind of goes back a little in the back right corner, so fix that really quick. There's also a ladder leading up into the fishbowl, so I'm gonna take this pool ladder. I made it a little bigger and I also raised it up. Now I'm gonna use a tool mod to rotate it so that it's kind of at an angle. And over here we have a counter, a sink, and a mirror. I cannot tell what's going on in this area, so I'm just gonna do this here. Hopefully that looks kind of similar. Now let's move on to the pink room. It looks like there's hot pink carpet all throughout this room, so I just did red carpet, and then I'm gonna put this big pink rug on top of it just so that it doesn't look exactly the same as the room underneath. This wall is full of curtains, so I'm gonna do 2 of these from My Wedding Stories. So I added a bed and 2 nightstands, and then over here there's a vanity and a chair in the corner. I need to add 2 wall pieces here because the chair is up against a corner that looks like this. I'm gonna add this light because there's not really any chandeliers that look similar to the one that's in the actual Lover house. I'm gonna raise this up using the 9 key so that it can attach to the roof so that it's not floating in midair. Also right here there's that same weird thing that I can't figure out, so I'm just gonna do the red version of what I did on the left side. In this hallway there's just some plain paint, and there's also a wardrobe. I'm gonna take this one from high school years. Up in the attic there's like wood paneling on the walls, so I chose this one from Get Together. I'm also gonna change the ladder color to brown so that it matches a little bit better. There we go. Up in the attic we have a projector, so I'm gonna use this one from the Little Campers kit. I'm gonna size it down because it's not that big. From what I can see in the music video, there's basically just older stuff up here, like older furniture and boxes and other stuff like that. Maybe I could do this distressed rug from Werewolves. Alright y'all, I finally finished, and oh my goodness, I love how this turned out. I will upload this to the gallery if you want to play with it. My ID is daniellebuilds. I did not use any CC, but I did use some packs. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!